All right, peace, peace, peace. My humble apologies for this. All right, I had to start this over. So let me make sure that audio is good. Make sure that I'm good. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So like I said, my humble apologies, and I had to step out real quick, and I didn't know how to put the live on pause. I should have just walked away and came back, but one of our nation members came by, and hey, nation members always come first to me, so I had to go, take care of that. But I apologize about that, and yes, we are back. And like I said, I'm here with another uplifting, another powerful video. And like I was saying earlier, my channel is about positivity. My channel is about uplifting the people. I don't have time for dealing with little boys. Like I said, I'm a grown man and I do grown man things. And part of my purpose and my mission, I think, I manifest here is to do what I'm doing. We all have our walks of life. We all came from some place, but the true purpose is the now. Where are you now? What are you doing with your life? Are you giving life to your people? Are you uplifting your people? Or are you surviving to create chaos and bring harm to your people? Are you fighting your people? Are you creating division and separation? You see, I'm not about that. All right. And because I know we have so much work to do, I cannot spend, well, not that I can't. I choose not to. I choose not to spend my time worrying about bottom feeders. You see, empty barrels make the most noise because they have nothing better to do. You see, misery love company. And when they are miserable, when they can't sleep at night, they stay up all night thinking, man, how can I mess somebody's life up today? How can I put this brother down? How can I put this sister down? But the only people they could affect are people who are not strong enough, people who are not built for what I am doing. You see, I was built for this. I'm an American Indian, the original. And that's what they hate. They can't stand it. It's killing them on the inside because they don't know who they are. They're in a state of mind like, okay, am I American Indian? Am I an Aborigine? Or am I from Africa? Because I have no proof. I have the proof of who I am. And that's why they're mad. They're hating. But they can't stop it though. Because my energy is too strong. It's too powerful. Man, I feel so good right now. And I want to thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, I have done a video on this before, but I kind of just ran through it. So right now I'm about to go in detail, and especially reaching out to the so-called, Caribbean people. Okay. Everything is in the knowledge. All right. You have to do the research. You have to study the information. And one thing I always tell people is this, you don't have to believe anything that I say. Do the research. I always encourage you to do your own research, because anybody could tell you anything. All right. But do your own research. All right. So let's get into this. And I'm going to show you some proof, because a lot of people are still in denial, and people don't realize the Nile is a river in Egypt. Well, supposedly. Okay. So stop being in denial. Get to the land. Come into the reality of things. All right. And I hear a lot of people criticizing, saying that I'm an Egyptian. Yes, I am an Egyptian. You see, what these fools and these dummies don't know is that the first Egypt was right here in America. So yes, I came from Egyptians. I came from a royal blood, and that's why they're mad. They are mad because of that. And I showed them the proof of who I am, and that's why they're mad. So they hate it. They're hating on the royal bloodline. But y'all can continue to hate. What can I say? I'm happy. I got positive energy. I love the people. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? I am here showing my face. I am here showing my beautiful smile. See? You could see me. Can you see them? You see, you have been tricked. One of the greatest tricks that the devil ever pulled is to let the world think that he didn't exist. but the devil, it do exist. You just can't see it. So you hear the devil, and you got the devil pulling you in all different ways, and you're not thinking for yourself. But here you could see my face because I'm in the light. All right. So I just wanted to point that out. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a few things to show you some information to solidify the things that I am saying. Because a lot of people from the Caribbean, like I said, when they come into the United States, a lot of people are on the impression or the illusion that the United States is America. Now we have to get that misconception corrected. The United States is not America. The United States is a country. Well, supposedly a country. It's not even really a country. You see what I'm saying? It is not. It is not even a country. It is a corporation acting as a country that was created in the Americas. But you know what? They call it a nation. They call it a country. So be it. It is what it is. But when people come from the Caribbean, they say they are going to America. And at one point, you know what? I was ignorant to that as well. I'm going to keep it real, because we weren't taught that all the islands in the Caribbean was actually in America. Once again, it's like somebody from Ghana going to Nigeria and they saying, hey, you know what? I am going to Africa. It is the same thing. People in the Caribbean, they are already in America, but they don't know that. So I'm going to show you a lot of that proof, and you could research that yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing you all the countries that are in the Americas, all the countries that are in the Americas. And once again, you don't have to believe me. Go research it yourself, because they're not going to teach you that in school. They're not going to teach you that in school. And the reason why they have to keep us divided is because together we are too strong. Together we are too powerful. As one people, we are too powerful. We will be unbreakable. So they have to break us up, and they have to divide us through boundaries. Okay? Different cultures. They're letting us think we have different ethnicities. Well, you are from Trinidad. Well, you are from St. Lucia. Well, let me ask you a question. What truly determines one's nationality? What truly determines one bloodline? Is it the lines of what the colonizers created to tell you what you are or who you are? Is it? And I want us to stay on point here tonight, family. Let us stay on point. Okay, like I said, this channel is always going to be about being positive. And once again, anybody who comes into the chat and you're being disrespectful, then I will block you. I really don't have time for the negative energy, because you people are vampires, and I'm not going to step into your realm of existence. All right. I don't deal with bottom feeders. All right. So to stay on a positive note, a lot of people are under that illusion. So my question to you is, what determines, who makes the decision as to what boundaries or territories is what? When we were one continent, one people, different languages, different clans, you know what I'm saying? Different clans, but we were one people. All right. Now, because of colonization, they separated our lands. They separated our people. Now, are we going to go based on what the colonizers said, or what's within our blood? Well, I'm going with what's within my blood. And in my blood, okay, it says that I'm an American Indian. And it says that the entire Americas is my home. Now, don't get it twisted. I am indigenous, or I am an aboriginal, or an original man of the entire planet. Yes, the entire planet is my home, an original man to the planet. However, my immediate ancestors manifested within the construct of what you call the American continent. So I am an American. All right. So let us go look at the countries. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we're going to look at all the countries in the Americas, because this has to be taught, and people have to wake up to the truth, because it's the only way they are going to stand up and fight for their birthright. You see, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So I'm going to show you, and I would like you guys to pretty much share the information, please. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick and let us get into this. All right. Let me see where we at here. Give me 1 second. Share the screen. You see, I'm just getting back into this. So we share the entire screen. There we go. All right, let's share this. All righty. So here we are. Okay. I'm going to leave it that way so you guys could see exactly what I'm talking about. Let me know if you guys could see this, please. All right. If you guys could see this, let me know. Just try to make it a little bit bigger so you guys could see that. All right. I am certainly sure you can. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this thing happen. Now, all the countries in the Americas, again, just to prove my point that the United States is not America. The United States is a country in America. So these are the countries in America. You have the United States of America, okay? And the truth of the matter, like I said, I question whether it's a country or not, but the United States of America, we have Mexico, we have Brazil, we have Canada, we have Peru, we have Colombia, we have Argentina, we have Venezuela, okay? All right, let's go back here. We're gonna go through that list to show you again. We have Chile, we have Cuba, we have Costa Rica, we have Ecuador, we have Panama, we have Bolivia, we have Dominican Republic. Those are all the countries in America. So why do these people think that they are immigrants in their own land? That's what I'm trying to grasp my head around. Okay, you have Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Honduras, Uruguay. You have Nicaragua, Belize, El Salvador. Okay. You have Haiti. That's right. Haiti. Haiti is in the Americas. The original Arawaks. Okay. The original people in Haiti were called the Arawaks. You have Jamaica. You have Paraguay. You have Bahamas. You have Guyana, Aruba, Barbados. That's right. Barbados is in America. And the further back you go into history, that's why Barbados have one of the places where you could get visas to come into the United States, because those were part of the colonized, territories in the Americas. And at one point, it was one landmass. It is still one landmass, but it is separated by the colonizers. You have Suriname, Curacao, Turks and Caicos, Bermuda. You have St. Lucia. Yes, that's right. St. Lucia is in America. You have Guadeloupe. You have French Guiana, the Cayman Islands, Martinique, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, that's right. The Trinidad and Tobago is in America. You have the Falkland Islands. You have Grenada. Yes, Grenada is in America. Dominica, that's right. Dominica is in America. All right. You have the United States Virgin Islands, Antigua and Bermuda. You have the British Islands, St. Kitts, Nevis. You have Anguilla, St. Vincent. That's right. St. Vincent is in America. You have Montserrat. All right. And you have St. Martin, and you have the Caribbean Netherlands. Also, you have surrounding islands. Of course, you have South and Central America, but all those countries are in the Americas. All right. Now, if we go down here, we'll see that. Let us look at some of the stats right here. It says the Americas comprise the total the totality of the continents of North and South America. Well, of course, there's also Central America. All right. Together, they make up most of the land in the Earth's Western Hemisphere and comprise a new world. They call it the New World. But like I said before, America is actually the old world. And the population is over 1 billion people. And they are just talking about North and South America. They're not even talking about Central America. So as you could see, we have a huge population of us. But the trick of the colonizers is to make you think that we are separated, to make you think that we are different people. No, we all have the same mother, which is the motherland, which is the American continent. And the truth of the matter is that entire landmass, all the people were of a darker hue, a brown to darker brown complexion. And that is a fact. So I just wanted to point that out to you so you could see that for yourself. All right, let me just go back to the live feed here for a second. Okay, so once again, like I said, this is about being positive. This is about teaching the people. This is about bringing people together. It's not about division. I don't have time for that. All right, now I'm gonna talk to you about OAS. Now, I just showed you all the countries in North and South America. We haven't even touched Central America per se. I think some of the countries in there was touched. But for the truth of the matter is, it's a lot of us. It's over 1.5 billion of us in the Americas. Now, how is that a few colonizers are able to control the lives of over 1.5 billion people? You see, you are not enslaved physically. You are enslaved mentally. It is the educational system, is what they teach you and what you teach to your children. And you see that miseducation is a perpetual cycle of mental slavery, lies, propaganda, division, paper genocide. And that is how they make you extinct on paper. So I am calling for all our people. I'm talking about those who are true and righteous to uplifting, coming together so that we could take a stand, so that we could reclaim our birthright. What is our birthright? Our birthright is our land. Our blood is tied to this soil. That's why we are the autochthon Americans. All right? Yes, it's also a spiritual war because everything starts within the spiritual realm, the mental realm. Because our people are so disconnected from our ancestors. They are so disconnected from the Most High. They are fallen. And then you have a lot of fools and idiots who are on YouTube continuously creating division amongst the people because of jealousy and envy. And people gravitate to that type of energy. And that's why you fall. But I'm here to tell you today, once again, it's not going to take a lot of us to change this around. It's not. And believe me, it is going to change. You see, I am here to give life to the people. The power of life and death is within the tongue. And I choose to give life opposed to give death. That is my goal. That's my duty. That's my obligation to fallen humanity. Okay? Now, I have shown you the countries that's within the Americas for the most part. Of course, there are surrounding islands as well. But I'm going to go even more into detail and solidify exactly what I am saying. All right? I'm going to show you exactly what I'm saying, and I'm going to give you some more proof. So right now, we are going to talk about the OAS, Organization of American States. Once again, everything that I show, I could prove it. Okay? I'm going to show you the proof. And you do the research yourself because it is time. It is time. Let us not focus on the negativity. Let us not focus on the bottom feeders. Let's not focus. You see, empty barrels, like I said, make the most noise. And let us not use our energy to gravitate to that type of demonic energy. We got work to do. And that's why Chief Colonial is here, to put in that work, and they cannot stop it. All right, I'm going to share the screen again, and we're going to talk about the OAS. What is the OAS? What does it stand for? And what countries are part of the OAS? And tonight, please let us stay on point. Once again, anybody in this chat who is here to bring negativity, I will block you. For real, because I don't have time for that negativity. I am here to uplift the people, not to tear them down. All right. So let us go share this screen again. We're going to go into the OAS. All right. Give me 1 second. And I hope you guys appreciate this knowledge tonight, because like I said, we got work to do. So let us make this happen. All right. Good. So here we are. OAS. All right, let me just make this a little bigger. Make this a little bigger so you guys could see this here. All right, now we have the OAS, Organization of American States, meaning that a lot of people think the United States, once again, is America. The United States is only a country in America. However, we are going to look at the American states. You see, you have the United States. You have many United States. You have the United States of America, which is what you call the US, and then you have the Organization of American States. It's two different things. The United States is the 50 states, so to speak. But then you have the Organization of American States, which is the continent, which is a whole broader perspective of what the real America is, and not the United States. All right. So it says, who are we? And I'm not making this up. You could go to their website and look at it for yourself. Who are we? And I'm reading right here. The Organization of American States is the world's oldest regional organization. Of course, it's the world's oldest because they had to do everything through us. Like I said, I always tell people we have been here. We are the old world. That's why everything about us is the oldest, but they will tell you it's the newest. But don't fall for the trickery. You have to read. You have to study. You have to know where to find that information. And once you get the knowledge, know how to apply the knowledge. Okay? It said, held in Washington, D.C. from October 1889 to April 1890. That meeting approved the establishment of the International Union of the American Republics. Republics. Like I said, we had a Republican form of government. The Americas have always been a republic. And that's why it's better to have a republic than a democratic system. Now, don't get it confused. You see, the form of Republican government that they have now is literally the same thing as a democratic government. But a true form of Republican government is where each man and woman are self-governed. All right? That's what we had. And it says, I'm reading right here, okay? Just so you know. And the stage was set for the weaving of a web of provisions and institutions that came to be known as the Inter-American System, the oldest international institutional system, the oldest, okay? And I'm reading right here. I'm reading right here right now. The OAS came into being in 1948. How ironic. Isn't that the same year that the so-called Israel was created? Wow. I wonder if it's a coincidence. With the signing in Bogota, Colombia, of the Charter of OAS. Now, you could read that yourself, which entered into force in December 1951. It was subsequently amended by the Protocol of Buenos Aires, signed in 1967, which entered into force in February 1970 by the Protocol of Cartagena de Indias, signed in 1985, which entered into force in November 1988. Okay? I'm not going to read everything here, but I'm going to come down here. It says, the organization was established in order to achieve to achieve among its member states, as stipulated in Article 1 of the Charter, an order of peace and justice to promote their solidarity, to strengthen their collaboration, and to defend their sovereignty, their territorial integrity, and their independence. Today, the OAS brings together all 35 independent states, okay? And I'm not talking about the United States. I'm talking about the United States is one of those independent states of the Americas and constitutes the main political, judicial, and social government forum in the hemisphere. In addition, it has granted permanent observer status to 69 states as well as the European Union. So therefore, when we have situations that our rights are being abused, you see, we have to know where to go. As a people, we need to go to the political, judicial, and social governmental forum for that hemisphere. We have to go beyond the individual state, which is the United States, that's abusing our rights, forcing us to assimilate. Okay? Now that you know who they are, now let me show you what are the countries. The countries that are part of this American, the American states. A list of the countries are as follows. And again, I just showed you all the countries in the Americas. Now I'm going to prove to you on their own website, just to solidify what I just showed you, Organization of the American States, that those countries are in America. The following, I'm reading here right now. Okay? The following 21 member states meet in Bogota, Colombia in 1948 to sign the OAS Charter: Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti. Yes, that's right. Haiti is part of the American states as well. Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, the United States of America. Like I said before, the United States of America is not America. It is a country in America. Uruguay and Venezuela, you have Bolivia, and subsequently the following 14 member states joined: Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Grenada, Suriname, Dominica, St. Lucia, Antigua and Bermuda, St. Vincent and Grenadines, the Bahamas, St. Kitts, Canada, Belize, Guyana. So my question to you is this: if the countries in the Caribbean are not in America, why would they be part of the Organization of the American States? Why isn't your president or your prime minister telling you that you are Americans? Why aren't your schools teaching you that you are Americans? Why are they working together with the United States, together as one American continent, to control the people's minds, and they're not educating the people that they are already Americans? Why is that? Because they are playing politics with your lives. Why are they calling you immigrants in your own land? Why are they forcing you to get visas to travel your own land? You see, that's a violation of international human rights. We have a right to travel our land of our ancestors without any form of inhabitation. But instead of people coming together and standing together, you have a bunch of idiots and bottom feeders causing division, spreading propaganda, all right, so that people can't come together. Negative energy. And all I'm just saying is, I want to link with people who are positive and ready to step up and stand for their birthright, for their rights, their creator-given rights. So once again, may I ask you, if you don't believe that your country is in America, why is your country part of the Organization of the American States? Do your research. Stop allowing these people to brainwash you and fool you. Okay? Let us go back to the live feed here for a second. All right. So you see, I am showing you guys all the information and all the proof. Now, if you believe that your country is not in America, why is the American states saying that your country is in America? Why is that? Why? Because they didn't teach it to you in school? They're not going to teach it to you in school. They're not going to teach it to you in school. The colonizers are not going to teach you who you are. They're not going to teach you who you are. Like I said before, I have never seen a rabbit take its babies to learn from a lion. I have never seen a dog take its babies to go learn from a bear. You know why? Because it will get eaten. Why are you constantly taking your children to the school of the colonizers and think they're going to teach your children the truth or teach your children how to be greater than them? Why do you think that's going to happen? Now, once again, I'm not here to preach division. I am here to teach the truth about who you are, about who we are. So for the United States to come tell Americans that they are immigrants in their own home, that is, again, a violation of human rights. So for all my Haitian brothers and sisters, Jamaican brothers and sisters, Trinidad, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, Grenada, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Guadeloupe, Martinique, you are already Americans. And you know, what is so sad is the fact that on Labor Day in Brooklyn, you have over 1.5 million so-called Caribbean people dancing on the parkway with feathers and costumes. And they do that once a year, not realizing that is part of our culture, something that we did every single day. But we come and we generate millions and millions, if not billions of dollars for the United States. And then they still call you immigrants in your own land. Huh? How is that? And like I said, this needs to be taught. You need to research that yourself. Step into the light. Stop being afraid. Okay? Now, we covered that. So I showed you what the OAS is, Organization of American States, and I just showed you all the countries in the Americas and also solidified that, proving to you that they are part of the OAS. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to get into the flag. The first flag that was flown, a colonial flag that was flown on our soil. Because one thing you have to truly understand or understand about the colonizers is that they are very proud people. They are very boastful people. Whenever they take over a territory, they have to leave their mark as a sign of victory, as a sign of being the conqueror. And you are the conquered. And I'm going to prove that to you again. No colonial flag was flown on our soil before 1607. And when I say no colonial flag, I'm also talking about no Moorish flag or Moroccan flag either. Even that in itself is propaganda. It's a lie. Because this is not Morocco. It has never been Morocco, and it will never be Morocco. The Moroccan flag didn't fly on our soil before 1607. The first colonial flag that was flown on our soil happened in 1607 in Jamestown, Virginia. So I am not talking about opinions here. I am talking about facts. And if anybody could show and prove anything otherwise, please do. I am waiting. All right. So let us go into the Kempton flag, because you have to follow the trail. You have to. It's the only way you're going to get into the truth, get into the true history. Look at the facts, not opinions. All right. Let us get into that. Let me see. I'm going to share my screen again. Give me a second here. Okay, we're going to go into Yes, let's share that. Okay. Now, I'm certainly sure you guys could see this. All right. Now, as you can see, it says we're going to look at number 2 right here. I mean, of course, if you want to take a look at number 1, we can. But it says number 1. Let's look at number 1. Number 1, St. George Cross. Oh, that word is it. I just have to laugh because look at that word cross. And our people don't realize that we were crossed. The cross. That's why they gave you the cross. They crossed you. They came to our land. They were hungry. We fed them, and they crossed us. And guess what they did? They gave you a cross. Y'all got to wake up, man. Y'all got to wake up. And not just wake up, but get out of bed and start taking some action. Okay? St. George Cross, this is the flag carried to the New World by most of the early English explorers. Its use can be traced back to 1277 in Britain. Okay? And they called us the New World only because they didn't know about us. Okay? These colonizers didn't know about us until they were taught that we existed by the people who look just like us, and they sold us out. So why are you surprised today that we have people who look just like us are constantly fighting against us, constantly trying to tear us down? There is nothing new under the sun, and that's the bloodline that they came from. They came from a bloodline of people that was already selling our people out, tearing our people down, causing division amongst our people. That's the bloodline that they came from. Those are not my brothers and sisters. So I don't deal with them. Now let us look at number 2. King's Cross, one of the military colors used by the British colonial troops after 1743. As the British Union flag, it was the standard raised by Jamestown settlers in 1607. 1607 was the first colonial flag flown on any American territory in the United States. The design originated when King James I of England combined the St. George Cross with the Scottish cross, again, another cross of St. Andrew. So they combined those two crosses, the one from Britain, England, and the Scottish, and they fought together, and that's what happened so that they could fight our people in our home. I am showing you the evidence. I am showing you the proof. Okay, that was the first colonial flag. Before that, we had our own. In other words, all the indigenous people, the American Indians, every tribe had its own flag. Every tribe had its own government. We didn't have no colonial flags on our land. So for people to tell you, well, hey, you know what? The Moroccan flag is the original. No, it's not. The Moroccan flag is also a colonial flag because they helped the colonizers, fight our people to take our land. All right? So I just showed you that the first flag that was flown in Jamestown, Virginia. Now, let us look at Jamestown, Virginia, because you see, that's where everything is so deeply rooted. Let us go to do a little reading on Jamestown, Virginia. All right? This is from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. All right? Like I said, reading is fun for the mental. All right? I'm going to start from here, the top. The Jamestown settlement in the colony of Virginia was the first permanent English settlement in the Americas. Like I said, in the Americas. I am not saying in the United States. In the Americas, period. It was located on the east bank of the Powhatan James River, about 2.5 miles, 4 kilometers southwest of the center of modern Williamsburg. William Kelso writes that Jamestown is where the British Empire began. Okay? Jamestown, Virginia is where the British Empire began. It was established by the Virginia Company of London as James Fort on May 4th, 1607, like I said, the first colonial flag on American soil. I'm not talking about just the United States. On American soil was in 1607. And the reason why it took them so long to get into the mainland is because our ancestors in the Caribbean was fighting them tooth and nail. That's why they took so long before they came into the mainland. All right? So that's why I said you owe gratitude to, especially people in the mainland, you owe gratitude to your ancestors, our ancestors in the Caribbean, South and Central America, because we fought them so hard that it took them that long to come into the mainland. And they supposedly came in 1492. I mean, you do the math. You see, numbers don't lie. That's one thing we have to always remember. Numbers don't lie. And I'm going to show you, let me see if I could do a little math right here. I'm not going to do it off the top of my head. So let us go to 1607. I am using my my calculator. I know, right? They got us all lazy right now, right? 1607 minus 1492, supposedly when they came. That's 115 years. Now let me ask you a question. If they came and they supposedly discovered America in 1492, and they didn't come into the mainland until 1607 in what's now called the United States, what happened for 115 years in the Caribbean region? You know what was happening? We was kicking their butts. That's what we were doing, fighting them tooth and nail. 115 years of war, fighting these people before they came to the mainland. Y'all want to know the true history? I'm giving y'all the true facts. I am not dealing with opinions. You see, numbers don't lie. All right? The numbers don't lie whatsoever. Okay? Now, it says, May 4th, 1607, NC, and was considered permanent after brief abandonment in 1610. It followed several failed attempts, including the lost colony of Roanoke. Jamestown served as the capital of the colony of Virginia for 83 years, from 1616 until 1699. The settlement was located, I'm reading here right now, right here. The settlement was located within the country of Tesnacamaca, which was ruled by the Powhatan Confederacy, and specifically in that part of Paspahe tribe. Like I said, we had our own governments. We had confederacies, okay? The natives initially welcomed and provided crucial provisions and support for the colonists. We welcomed these people. We welcomed them, okay? We welcomed them. And were not the colonists who were not agriculturally inclined. In other words, they didn't know how to feed themselves. When they came, they were hungry. Right here. Relations soared fairly early on, however, leading to the total annihilation of the Paspanahi in the warfare within 3 years. So these people came, we welcomed them, and they fought us. All right? After 3 years, almost leading to the almost annihilation of that group of American Indians. Morality was very high at Jamestown itself due to disease and starvation, with over 80% of the colonists perishing in 1609. Now, didn't they tell you it was us that was dying of starvation and diseases? No, it was them. It was them, because this was new territory for them. They was not used to the climates. So they were dying. Over 80% of them was perishing in 1609. And I'm talking about from 1607 to 1609. 2 years later, 80% of them had already died. Now it says, in that became as the starving time. The starving time was, yes, the colonists, them, not us. And that's why they probably injected that in the Bible, talking about farming. Oh, well, you know, there was a great farming in the land and all that. They incorporate everything subliminally so that you think it's about something else. Now, the Virginia, I'm reading here right now. The Virginia Company brought 8 Polish and German colonists in 1608 in the second supply, some of whom built a small glass factory, although the Germans and a few others soon defected to the Powhatans with weapons and supplies from the settlement. The second supply also brought the first 2 European women to the settlement. The first 2 European women didn't come until about 1610, 1608. And I'm talking about that's just a few years ago. So how can these people tell us what to do in our home? I don't get it. Why do we allow such things? In 1619, the first documented Africans, once again, here we go. The first documented Africans in 1619 came to Jamestown. It was only about 50 men and women and children aboard a Portuguese slave ship that had been captured in the West Indies and brought to Jamestown region. In 1619, only about 50 African men and women and children came to Jamestown. So let me tell you, how could only 50 Africans came in 1619, and out of the 50 men, women, and children, you have millions, over 200 million so-called Black African Americans or Black people in the United States? My brothers and sisters, we were already here, okay? Now, it says, they most likely worked in tobacco fields as indentured servants, but they became slaves at the time went on. The modern conception of slavery in the United States was formalized in 1640, the John Punch hearing, and was fully entrenched in the Virginia by 1660. The London Company's second settlement in Bermuda claims to be the site of the oldest town in the New English world, as St. George's, Bermuda was officially established in 1612 as New London, whereas James Fort in Virginia was not converted into Jamestown until 1619 and further did not survive to the present day. All right, I'm almost done with this right here. I'm reading here right now. In 1776, Jamestown was deliberately burned during Bacon's Rebellion, though it was quickly rebuilt. In 1699, the capital was relocated from Jamestown to what is today Williamsburg, Virginia, after which Jamestown ceased to exist as a settlement, existing today only as an archaeological site. Today, Jamestown is one of the 3 locations comprising of the historic triangle of Colonial, Virginia, along the Williamsburg and Yorktown, with 2 primary heritage sites. So once again, I'm just showing you the information. You see, they came with the cross. Why do you think you have the red cross today? Again, this is a sign of you being conquered. They gave you a cross. They had to put that all over your land. They had to put churches on every corner to show you that you were colonized and you were still living the life of the colonizers. So I am showing you all the information here. All right, I am showing you the information. I am showing you the information. What more do you want to see? So brothers and sisters, it is time to open up your mind and wake up to the truth. See what's going on. See how and why you were lied to. And that's the problem. People are enslaved mentally, and that's the problem. So I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to share my screen, well, one more time, with at least within this live feed, at least I think, and show you when they came with the cross. You see, they came with the cross, and that's what's on every corner in your neighborhood. Still evidence showing and proving that you are still colonized. All right, so let us share this one more time. All right, and we're going to go into the history of Christianity in the United States. Okay, because a lot of our people don't seem to realize where that came from and what happened. As you can see, you see the Mayflower, Plymouth Harbor, 1882. Now let us do a quick reading here. We're not gonna go spend too much time on that. But just to give you a brief overview of history of Christianity in the United States. We're going to start from the top here. Okay. Of course, this is from Wikipedia again, and it says Christianity was introduced to North America as it was colonized by Europeans beginning in the 16th and the 17th centuries. Once again, Christianity was introduced. In other words, we were not Christians. We didn't know about anything or anybody called Jesus. We didn't know that. It was introduced into North America in the beginning of the 16th and 17th century. The Spanish, French, and British brought Roman Catholicism to the colonies of New Spain, New France, and Maryland, respectively, while northern European people introduced Protestantism to Massachusetts Bay Colony, New Netherland, Virginia Colony, Carolina Colony, Newfoundland, and Labrador, and Lower Canada among Protestants adherents to Anglicanism, the British Church, Congregationalism, Presbyterianism, Lutheranism, Quakerism, Mennonites, and Moravian Church were the first to settle in the U.S., spreading their faith in the new country. Once again, if we didn't have Christianity, if we didn't have that form of religion, where did all that come from? That's where it came from. So now you are here practicing the religion of your colonizers. And why do you think they have churches on every corner? That is to show you that they still conquer your minds and your souls and your spirits. And that's why you are in the state of mind that you are in today, because you are worshiping the energy of your colonizers. And now it says today, the Christians in the United States are mainly Protestant, evangelical, and Roman Catholic. All right. I am just showing you the proof here for yourself, man. All right. Because the Spanish were the first Europeans to establish settlements on the mainland of North America, such as St. Augustine, Florida in 1565, the earliest Christians in the territory, which would eventually become the United States, were Roman Catholics. Like I told y'all before, for all you Christians, I don't care what sect you say that you are from, you are a Catholic, because Catholic introduced every single religion in the United States. Every single religion. Y'all better wake up. Like I said, your pastors ain't going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It says, however, the territories that would become the 13 colonies in 1776 was largely populated by Protestants due to Protestant settlers seeking religious freedom from the Church of England, established in 1534. These settlers were primarily Puritans from East Anglia, especially just because the English Civil War, 1641 to 1651, there were also some Anglicans and Catholics, but these were far fewer in number because of the predominance of the Protestants among those coming from England. The English colonies became almost entirely Protestant by the time of the American Revolution. The Spanish missions. All right. The first recorded baptism in Alta California were performed at Los Cristianitos, the Canyon of the Little Christians, in what is now San Diego County. Okay. All those things are foreign to us. They are foreign to us. Further information. Spanish missions in Florida, Spanish missions in Georgia, Spanish missions in California, and Spanish missions in Arizona. Catholicism first came to the territories now forming the United States just before the Protestant Reformation in 1517 with the Spanish conquistadors and settlers in present-day Florida, 1513, and the Southwest. The first Christian worship service held current United States was the Catholic Mass celebrated in Pensacola, Florida. And it's recorded in about 1513 or between 1513 and 1417 was the first Catholic mass celebrated. And that was you see, Christians. Back then, Catholics were called Christians. But they had to play these games on y'all, making y'all think Christians are not Catholics. Yes, you are. You just don't know that because your pastors will not tell you that. The Spanish spread Roman Catholicism through Spanish Florida by the way of its mission system. These missions extended into Georgia and the Carolinas. Eventually, Spain established missions in what are now Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. Jono Pereiro Serra, 1784, founded a series of missions in California, which became important economic, political, and religious institutions. Overland routes established from New Mexico that resulted in the colonization of San Francisco. So once again, all your territories, all your churches are a result of colonization. They are still holding you. They are still your conquerors because you have the religion of your oppressors, of your colonizers. The French territories. In the French territories, Catholicism was ushered in with the establishment of colonies and the forts in Detroit, St. Louis, Mobile, Biloxi, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. In the late 17th century, French expeditions, which included sovereign, religious, and commercial aims, established a foothold on the Mississippi River and the Gulf Coast. With its first settlements, France laid claim to a vast region of North America and set out to establish commercial empire and French nation, stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to Canada. The French colonies of Louisiana originally claimed all the land on both sides of the Mississippi River and the lands that drained into it. The following present-day states were part of the then vast tract of Louisiana: Louisiana, Mississippi, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Again, I am just showing you that all your churches stemmed from Catholics coming to take your land, take your birthright, and they gave you the cross. They have crossed us. Okay, just to show you that you are still colonized because you have the religion of your colonizers. Once again, your pastors will not show you that. Okay, your pastors will not give you the facts. They will not. All right, so I just wanted to give you guys that information. Hope you guys do your own research. And once again, I'm not here to impose anything on anybody. I'm not here to take away your beliefs. I'm just here to show you the truth. I'm just here to show you the facts. And until you let go of the ways of the colonizers, you will continue to stay enslaved. Okay? This is your home. This is our home. We have been here and we have allowed the colonizers, okay, to play these mind tricks on us. Take away what's rightfully ours. Our birthright was taken. At what point are you going to step up and say, this is my home, this is my land? It is time. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Don't you think it's time? So I am calling for the unification of all the original Americans. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. Not division, not confusion, not negativity. Building. Okay? Building. It's time. All right? So once again, my email is in the link below for all those of you who want to step up. All right? And bring this thing into fruition. Manifest what's ours. Reach out. Okay? You have the GoFundMe link below. Support the information. Support the work that's being done. All right? I'm going to end this video right now. Just wanted to come share some, I think, information I think that's important and you guys should know. So please study the information, share the information. And a lot of our people that's caught up in religion, they may not see it just yet, but continue to spread those seeds, continue to plant those seeds, and eventually they will they will get the message. Okay, everybody's not going to get the information at the same time. Hey, what's up, Aboriginal Lone Wolf? Peace and love. Not everybody's going to get the information at the right time. Not everybody's going to wake up to the information at the right time. However, the very few, the remnant that know the truth, those are the ones we have to step up. We have to get up and stand up as the original heir to this land. This is our land. Our ancestors' blood is in the ground. Okay, this is our home. And we should not allow colonizers to come tell us what to do in our home. We should not allow that. Okay? Teach your children the truth. Stop teaching them about the religion of the colonizers. They gave you the cross to show you a form, okay, of disrespect to you. That we came, we took what's yours, and we crossed you, and here you are worshiping that cross. Here you are representing that cross. Here you are representing us. We give you our God. We give you our religion. And that's why you have fallen, because you have lost your spirituality. When your concept of God was taken away from you, you fell. Now it's time to step back into that. All right? So hope you guys enjoyed this this lecture right here. It said it's really hard getting people on board with the truth. They love them some Jesus. I know. And I appreciate that. Like I said, you know, I'm just here to bring the truth and bring the light and to uplift the people and to bring the people together. I mean, there has been enough division. I cannot succumb to division. I cannot succumb to negativity. I choose not to play a role in that. That's not what I'm about. We all have choices. That's why we have free will. And I choose to be positive. I choose to uplift. I choose to give life. Okay? I choose to bring people together, not divide them. Because we have work to do. All right? So let's do that work. Let's come together and put in this work. All right? There's work to be done. So with that being said, please enjoy the rest of your evening. All right? Because I'm going to have a great one. I'm going to do some more meditation. And tomorrow I'm going to pick up some more sage. I'm going to burn some offerings, you know, still clearing out negative energies. And I'm going to burn some offerings, you know, to the Most High and the ancestors and pay my regards. All right. Emeka said, do I think we are Indians? I don't think we're Indians. I know we are what they call the Indians. We are the original ones. All right. Yes. Yes, Pamela Denise. Yes, you could. My email is in the link below. You could send me your information. And as a matter of fact, send me an email as soon as the live feed is done with your information. And I will give you a call so we could talk if it's not too late. All right. So like I said, we are the original people of this land. And it's time that the people that we helped their ancestors, we opened up our doors to them. We fed them. We cured them. We remedied them from their diseases. Now, should we have stood by when they came to us? Should we have stood by and let them die? Some people may say yes. But you see, that's not the nature of who we are. We are godly people. We are natured people. And they took advantage of that. All right? But it's time that we step up and let them know that they owe us. They owe us. Okay? You said, what is the proof? I am the proof. I mean, I don't know what's your background, but I know who I am. I could only speak for myself. I mean, there's a lot of videos and information that could prove that out here. So you may have to do a lot of research on that. Emeka, do some research and you will find a lot of proof. All right? I don't know what you look like, who you are, but if you are a so-called Black or African American, then you could start looking into your family background, and you will probably find out that your grandmother tell you or your grandfather that you are the Indian, or you have Indian in you. Okay, so it is a proven fact. Well, if you are a Black American, then that's a sad thing, because Black people don't exist. So literally, you don't exist. No disrespect. When you call yourself Black in the United States, you are considered 3/5 of a human. You have no nationality. You don't exist. So if I were you, I wouldn't want to call myself that. All right. But you may want to do some research on your family background. And well, no one has ever told you, because that's being hidden from us. So what I suggest is you start doing your own research. Okay. Start looking into your family history, asking older members in your family, hey, why didn't you tell me we were Indians? Study. It's a lot of videos circulating telling people the truth right now. All right. And sometimes, yes, sometimes they just don't know. But once you start asking, they may remember something. And they'll be like, you know what? Yes, my grandmother did tell me that we had a little Indian in us. But you see, the thing is, the clue was a little, because they couldn't say that they were the full-blooded Indians, because when our ancestors said that, they got killed. We got murdered. So they were afraid to say that we were the Indians. So they would say, you have a little Indian in you. That was the clue for you to take it upon yourself to start doing some research into your own lineage. Okay? So do the research. All right? All right, beautiful. All right. So and so once again, man, we as the original people has proven, we as the original people, we have work to do. All right. Well, again, Amika, I don't know who you are, but like I said, I'm not a native. All right. I'm not a native. So like I said, I'm an American, original American, what they call American Aborigine, aka American Indian. I am not a native. All right. So you will probably have to do your own research. All right. So once again, this was a great build. I thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you. I appreciate that, Pamela. I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that. And, it's time. Like I said, it is time. It is time. Yeah, I make all my headpieces. I just get creative, man. Sometimes I just get in the mood, to create, and that's what I do, the way I flow with things. Sometimes I just get up and say, you know what, I want to make a headpiece. And I make them. Hey, no problem, Olivia Dixon. No problem. You guys are welcome. So enjoy the rest of your night, beautiful ones. Let's continue to work towards the goal of reclaiming our birthright. It's ours. And by all means, okay, you know what? It is time to block this idiot. Okay? This Amika idiot, it is time for you to go. Okay? It is time for you to go. Yeah, it's time. It is time. It is time for you to go. All right. Once again, trolls. You have trolls always coming to disrupt. And that's what people do, man. People disrupt. All right. All right. I want a headpiece. Yeah, man. You could definitely, like I said, get creative. When I was in Chicago, I got a lot of feathers from the waterfront. But seeing that I left Chicago, I go to Amazon and I buy my feathers, and I just get creative. I get glue. I get different things come together, and I make my pieces, man. Because it is just so personal to me, and I feel connected when I do them. So definitely you could get creative and start working on a few pieces as well. All right. So we'll make this happen. All right. No. I said when I was in Chicago, I used to walk on the waterfront and pick up feathers. That was on the south side of Chicago, by the lakefront. Taking that whole strip all the way from, I would say, from Lake Shore, by the 60th by 63rd Street, by the drumming circle, where the elders be doing the drums. If you walk that whole strip, right before you hit the drumming circle, they have a lot of ducks that be dropping feathers, man. They be dropping feathers like nobody's business. And then what I would do is I would pass the day before and I would talk to the ducks. I would say, listen, do me a favor. Tomorrow I'm gonna come by. I want you guys to drop some feathers because I need some. And the next day when I come, man, listen, I would just get a whole bunch of feathers. And then I would ride the bike all the way down the lakefront. The further down I go, I would get different colors of feathers, white, gray, whatever, whatever, whatever. But the point is, man, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah. All right. Well, I need a lesson. I don't know how to make a headpiece. Yeah, seriously. Like I said, it's easy. It's easy. It's not hard. It's not hard. You know, you learn, you try by trial and error. You know, it's not really not hard. But like I said, once we talk over the phone, I will give you a few pointers. All right. So let us continue to rise, embrace our culture, embrace who we are. And once again, you know, when you walk the streets, man, walk the streets in your attire. Always have your feathers on you. You see, that is what sets us apart. That is what is our identifier. Because they know when they see the feathers, they know. All right. The feather, you could Google that. Okay. Google the significance of the feather to the American Indian. It's a lot of information. All right. For me, it's a spiritual thing. It represents my ancestors. It's an identifier, you know, representing the people of whom I came from, you know, the soil that I came from, the American soil. All right. We have always worn feathers. So that's why I wear them so proudly. And the copper, which is the pennies, represents the copper colored races that the Europeans found here in the Americas. So I am representing myself. I have a dream catcher right here. So, you know, it speaks for itself. Dream catcher, I created that myself. I actually, on the road traveling, I saw this dream catcher at one of the stores in a gas station, and I bought it. And I said, you know what? I want to add that to a piece. So I got creative and I just added it right here. So it gives it a little more flair. It gives it a little more, you know, pizzazz, if I may. All right. So yeah, I mean, I really don't care what people think. For the most part, the only people that look at me weird are the people who look like me. When other ethnicities see me, you know, they acknowledge it. They know. Even when I walk into, the first time I walked into the African brother who made he made one of my you know, my ponchos. The first time I walked into the store, I had my feathers. The first thing that came out of his mouth was, "Hey, what's up, Chief?" And you see, it was just so amazing that he knew that I wasn't African. You see, and he identified immediately, you know, and he literally, he gave me a gift. He said that, brother, you know what? I appreciate you because you represent your culture. And when I say your culture, I thought he was talking about an African culture. So I asked him, I said, what do you mean? What you mean culture? I told him, you know, I'm not African. He said, I know. He said, you're American culture. You're an American Indian. And I don't see, you know, people, you are the only one I see passing every day. I see you passing every day and you always represent your people. And he gave me a gift. He gave me a beautiful, you know, beaded neck piece. And he said, you know, that's a gift to you. And I got it. I think I've worn it in videos before. But the point I'm trying to make is other people know who we are. The only weird faces I get is from those who look just like me. Those who are here and they're so-called Black African Americans and they look at you like you're crazy. But it's okay because I know I have to represent my ancestors and that's what this means to me. All right. So yes, wear your feathers, wear your headpieces, eventually get into the clothing and be proud of your, you know, your roots. All right. Be proud of your bloodline of whence you came. All right. So we know, we have to realize that everybody else know who we are except those that ridicule us for being who we are. Like it's funny that I would walk down the street. Okay. Typical example, we were traveling from Virginia and we pulled up in a gas station. It was our nation's war chief, his family, and myself, right? And we pulled up for gas, and we stepped into, you know, to go pay for the gas, and a sister on the phone telling her girlfriend, yeah, here goes one of them. She was talking about the war chief, you know, with the feathers and making fun. Oh, that's one of the crazy people think they're Indians. Now, it's funny that the brother had his crown. I had my crown representing our ancestors. And she had a whole weave in her head. And she didn't think having the weave was funny. But she thought we're having this was funny. And I'm not, again, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not knocking sisters who wear weaves. I'm just saying it is just messed up how brainwashed our people are. You know, you're making fun of a headpiece that our ancestors wore. It represents my culture, but then you have you have horsehair in your head, and you don't think that's funny. But I just have to say that again. Most of the backlash comes from the people who look like you because they were miseducated. Okay, and that's just the truth. All right. So it's tough waking up to this truth, man, because I know it could be traumatizing. Your entire life being taught that you were something, okay? Being taught that this is the real, this is the truth. And growing into an adult, hearing, finding out, seeing the proof, finding out that that's not real. That's not real. Brother Akayano, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. You know, you're welcome. And it hurts. I have literally seen grown people cry when they found out the truth in my presence. Elders who step up and say, thank you, young brother. They're crying, you know? So I know it's tough. I know it's tough. But take your time and get into the truth. Get into who you truly are, because it will become natural because it's in your DNA. It's just that it's not waking up just yet. That DNA is dormant in you because everything else, okay, seemed to have taken over your entire being. All the lies, all right? The European form of mentality, the Negro-pianism, okay? And that's the problem. They have taught our people to fight against each other, take down each other. That's what they have taught our people. No, don't let him be. No, don't let her be. No, take him down, take her down. That's what they teach our people, while they stay together and they work together against anybody else who come against them. But it's only our people that fight each other, plus they have to fight the colonizers. So how are you going to win? You can't win. You got too many battles on your hands. Too many battles. Man, it's sad. All right? It's really sad. But once again, may I reiterate, it's not going to take a lot of us. It's just a few of the righteous ones, okay, that's going to turn this thing around. And those are the people that I want to work with. We got work to do, okay? We got work to do, all right? And I'm 45 years and I've always loved my people. Indeed, indeed. I got a genuine love for our people. And as a matter of fact, I got a genuine love for fallen humanity. But you have to take care of home first. I'm about taking care of home first before I could take care of anywhere else. I have to uplift the people that are of the American soil. That's my mother, my birthland. That's where my flesh is going to go back to, from whence it came. The American soil, the soil, the land is the people. And if we are the people, that means the soil belongs to us. We are the natural heir to this land. Okay? You have people fighting about all type of, man, nonsensical, materialistic things. When you have an entire continent that's yours, you're fighting over a block. You're fighting over a car. You're fighting over petty things when you have an entire continent to get back. Man, the distraction is real. The destruction is real. The division is real. But it don't always have to be that way. There is always balance. And I want to be on the side of unity. I want to be on the side of positivity. That's the side that I am gravitating to. That's the type of energy I wish to gravitate to me. All right? That's it. And that's a personal choice because I have free will. I am only responsible for my own actions and nobody else's. All right? Cool. So once again, yes, a lot of our people again are at their lowest self. They are manifesting in their lower chakras, and that's why you have all this hate, this negativity, this animosity, this jealousy. You know what I mean? And it's really sad. But I tell you today, step up into your higher chakras. Okay, start operating from your heart chakra and up. All right, start loving more. Start appreciating more, okay? And your life will change. Things will change. But first, it has to begin with you. Only you, all right? The change has to start with you. It has to start with you, okay? Everybody's looking to change the world, but nobody's looking to change themselves. Look in the mirror. Change the man and the woman in the mirror before you tend or try or make an attempt to change anyone else. Look at yourself first. You see, when you point a finger, right? Remember, there is 4 other fingers pointing right back at you. Okay, or 3, whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is we have to step back and take a look at ourselves. All right. So with that being said, you guys have a great night. I just wanted to drop this information, which I really think was important. And please share the information. And the live videos will continue to come. And we will be talking soon. I mean, we are a work in progress. We all have work to do. We are a work in progress. Every single day, I'm working on myself. Every single day. All right. Not one moment pass without me not working on myself. And how can I be a better man? And that's my focus. Okay. So when I step into that other realm, I don't have to come here and repeat this all over again. All right. All right. So here we go. Let me just go, black another fool again. Once again, like I said, got to get rid of all these trolls. Okay. All these trolls. Got to get rid of them. All right. So once again, hey, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. All right. I'm out. Hey, Shelly Twin, what's up? What's up? Tell your sister I said what's up and much love. I appreciate you guys. All right. Thank you for all the support and continue to stay positive. Continue to love even those who hate you, even those who squander you, even those who propagandize against you. Man, listen, continue to love. Continue to put out positive energy out there and allow the Most High, allow the universe, allow the ancestors to deal with those negative energies. As long as you continue to let your light shine, that's all that matters. All right. I love you too, Pamela. Send me that email so we can talk. And if it's not too late, let me know. I'll give you a call so we can build. All right. Peace and love, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will talk soon. 1.